Now, in this time, the main person, the main operative is Lord Palmerston, but he also operates with the help of other subcontractors, let us say. He's, of course, the inventor of Zionism. It's his idea to destabilize the Ottoman Empire by creating Israel. And the story is that he went to Lord Rothschild and he said, "Here, we want to send you to Palestine." And Lord Rothschild says, "I want to see it in the House of Lords, not under some palm tree in Jerusalem." But Lord Palmerston carried the day. Let's look at Mazzini. Mazzini is a kind of bin Laden of long ago. He was demonized, right? Mazzini was a guy who was supposed to be drinking out of skulls, and he kept a stiletto on his desk so he could stick you and kill you if you said the wrong thing. And he was, of course, blowing people up. They tried to blow up Napoleon III of France. I don't know if this name, but in Italy he's considered one of the founders of the country. But he was a British agent. He was a British agent and a terrorist working for the Admiralty. Here, Stansfeld. This guy was an official of the Admiralty, and you can practically find the checks, the canceled checks, that Stansfeld used to pay Mazzini. Stansfeld he supposedly was devoted to the unification of Italy. Disraeli, our friend from before, said, "You are associating with the worst killers in Europe." Of course he did, and he ran them. Take another example. Urquhart. This guy's not well known either. Anybody ever heard of David Urquhart? Scottish, British ambassador to the Ottoman Empire. He brought the Turkish bath to England. He wanted to bring the harem, but they wouldn't let him. So he brought all this in. And he was the head of a newspaper, I think, called the Weekly People, or the People. And one of the main people working for this was Marx. So Marx is a sub-agent of the British Foreign Office. And I think that is substantially accurate. And I hope I can get the Marxists I want to get the Marxists riled up so they want to intervene in the discussion. What does Marx tell you? In 1850, 1860, 1870, the main issue in the world is really the British Empire, which is about to seize total control over the world, right? Attacking Mexico, attacking Russia, attacking China, attacking India even more than they had, and then attacking the U.S., the Civil War. But Marx, you look at Marx, there's nothing about that. What he tells you is, you better fight the bourgeoisie of your own country. The industrialists of your country, France, Germany, those are your enemies. And that's it. It's a recipe for destabilization of those countries. And I think the word on Marx is that he may not have known what he's doing, right? The question is he a dupe or an agent? Only a psychiatrist knows for sure. Right? But I think that is it's a very important point. I'd be prepared to argue if we had time that Machiavelli has a much better class analysis than Marx ever did. I think Marx is a dead weight around the neck of most movements today. Although I also welcome the presence of Marxists because they address important issues, but they get them all wrong. And in 9/11. The Marxists are not interested in 9/11 because they say all factors have to be purely objective. And 9/11 is subjective. And I think subjective is a big, big deal because we're human beings. Like we act on this. There's